Well, it's been a couple days since I did my last update. Sorry about that interruption in the middle. Just to let you guys know what's going on with the bike. It looks like it's not going to be on the road this summer. Sadly, it's going to be 2 summers in a row. But I figured it out and diagnosed it yesterday. I had it running beautiful. I got everything put together. I had the carb set perfect. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better running bike when I first started up. I mean, it started right off. Throttle responsive. It was just great. You gotta remember it's 1982 model. And then once it got warmed up, it started acting up again. Same symptoms. And yesterday we were in the high 80s around here. And started thinking. This didn't start acting up until the weather started warming up also. The weather got into the high 70s and it started basically boofaring itself. And thinking back, we did the same thing beginning of last summer. The problem is that my coils are going bad. That bike has 2 separate coils. The left-hand coil works for cylinders 1 and 4, and the right-hand coil goes for 2 and 3. Well, whenever I first got this bike and started putting it back together, I checked the coils out, and cold, they read within the specs of the book. Low range, but within specs. Well, whenever they get hot, they're just absolutely no good. And the left one's the right one's a little bit better than our left, but ain't by much. And so it looks like I'm going to be getting a set of new coils for it. It's starting to rain. So I decided to do a little bit of homework on the internet. I can get the direct replacement coils from Kawasaki, and that would be, they're expensive, but not too expensive. I've decided to go a different route. I can go into the Dyna 3 ohm coils. The reason I'm going with that is in the future I like to leave a window open where I can go with the Dyna 2000 tuner system for it, maybe. Yeah, the tuner system's more for going on the track and everything. But if I'm going to be going more of a highway usage of this bike, maybe, or something, it'd be nice to be able to program it in and have it running at its best to get the best fuel mileage out of it, because this bike is marginal with fuel mileage uses as it is. Brand new, the paperwork said 34 miles to a gallon, which I've gotten better with this, but it hangs around about 34. I like to get a little bit more, which I'll be changing the rear sprocket once I get it running right, and chain set. That'll get me a little bit better fuel mileage, but on the highway. But it'd be nice just to be able to tune it in. Which the tuner kit alone, they're like $450, around that in the ballpark. I'm paying 1/3 of the price about for the replacement coils, but I am also getting 1/3 of the tuner kit. Tuner setup. So it equals out in the end. To buy it all one kit, or just buy it piece by piece and put it together. So the bike's gonna be down for a while. It's gonna be a long while. but I figure I can always do the updates and talk to these guys this way also. You know what? Let me cut it here. We're going to be going back to the back porch, so it'll be going from MuzzleMike in the grass to MuzzleMike on the back porch. It's starting to rain here. I don't want to ruin the camera. These new coils, they should not be as marginable as the Kawasaki coils. The Kawasaki coils, from understanding, are not matched coils. They don't check them out to make sure they're close ohm-wise as a pair, where Dyna actually goes through and checks them, make sure they're matched coils. So I should have the same on all, close to the same on all cylinders. I will be upgrading the spark plug wires. Spark plug wires on my bike are original to the bike, from what I understand. So I'll be upgrading those and putting possibility new resistor caps on my plugs, which I would like. I was thinking about that, and I've got some questions up on the different forums which I belong to. And if any of you guys happen to know about this, because I have no idea what I'm really doing on this part, is my bike is set up with copper core wires. Then it has resistor caps on top of the plugs. What I would like to do is change the copper core wires out to the compression wires, like modern day vehicles have, and possibly do away with the resistor caps. It will take away from the original looks a little bit, but it would save a little bit of money because of the same price wires, and save a little bit of money from buying the caps, and I had to give me one less thing to go bad. And that's, I like to keep it, go to more of a simple setup than a more complex setup that it was originally made. If any of you guys happen to know which way would be going better, let me know. I will be able, before I order these parts, due to the price and other things come up in my life, that it's going to demand more funds than I thought it would. So yeah, I'll be off the road for another summer again. But good news is that, I mean, I know the bike will be up and running this spring. It always, whenever, I mean, this fall, the bike runs better, runs well whenever it's cool out. That's due to the coils. Now I won't be taking it long distance, because with the coils going out, I'm not going to trust them to go long distance. I might just stick around in the local area I live. But this should fix it. I mean, it was like I was chasing a ghost around on this bike. It would come and it would go, and it would go with the weather. Like today, I probably could take it out and ride a little bit with it, but because it's cooler today, it's actually, I think it's in the low 70s today, with the rain and everything. A little bit on a different note here. I like to make a comment on the being politically correct. I think being politically correct is going a little too far in my eyes. And I'll give you an example. And this is what really started this, me thinking on this. I was out in the garage, my shop, a couple days ago. Actually, it was 3 or 4 days ago. I was rebuilding my starter. And whenever I'm out in the garage, I like to turn on the radio, my stereo in the garage, and turn it up and have it on my favorite radio station. Well, a song came on. The song was by Dire Straits. It was Money for Nothing. Which is, I mean, the song came out whenever I was a teenager, and it was just a song that, whenever I listen to it, it brings me back memories. Even though I don't really, it's not one of my more favorite songs, it's a good song in my eyes. And it has one word in it, and this one word is was sang 2, maybe 3 times. And also, I mean, it was always ran on the radio. They've never blocked it out. It was always accepted. Well, I thought there was something going on with my radio. That it started going dead on this one song. This one word. I didn't realize it was just a one word until it happened the second time. And I mean, what a way to butcher a song. If it's not going to be politically correct, then don't play it on the radio. Don't block it out like that. And if it was accepted before, and it's not a nasty word, I mean, it's not a cuss word or something, I mean, accept it. I mean, I hear racial slang words at least a few times a day, and it's not coming out of my house. And this is all over the place. And I've learned to, I mean, as long as it's too severe, accept them. I mean, it's the way people talk. Is it correct? No. But being politically correct is not the answer either. I mean, you take it overboard. I mean, I understand that you need to watch what you're saying and change the way you're thinking. But it ain't going to happen overnight. Myself, I try to watch swearing in my house. I try to watch being a little politically correct. I mean, I have a daughter that I adopted. She is Haitian. And I have a son that I didn't adopt him, but I consider him my son. He's lived with me since he was 5 years old up to he turned 18. And he's a full-blooded Sioux. And that's why, I mean, you hear me on my videos, I'll say Native American, I'll say Indian. I mean, I really don't care how it's put. I mean, myself, I am 3/4 Native American myself. I've heard it so many different ways, it's unreal. Now, I'm not going to take offensive at it. I mean, that's just the way it is. I'll say a little bit about the Barbie bike. Pink actually looks good on that bike. But I think NT8 needs to talk to Happy Thought about getting those two bikes too close together. If you ask Happy Thought about putting bikes too close together over a long period of time, she knows what happens inside that garage whenever your back's turned. Really don't have much more to say, so I think I will tune it out. Oh, I'll give you a little bit of update before I tune out here. That little interruption on my video last time, they found out it's not a virus. What it is a lot of people are sniffing bath salts. I mean, my thought on it is, don't let the bath salts assault you. You stay away from them. Say no. Chat later. Ride safe. And ride it like you stole it. See you guys next time. This is MuzzleMike, tuning out.